Yes, greetings to everyone today. Hope everyone who is watching is feeling good as it should. Now I start with a soundtrack, today. Having my way. I'm doing a real cool video. This is a video I did a very long time ago, but I decided to really put it together in a really best possible way, right? Um, Home makeover, I call it. Because creativity is the best thing in life, you know what I mean? When you can do so and just do things your own way, have it your way. So today I'm creating something that way. Now, you come to the Love Kitchen in Stockholm, not Rome. But in the Love Kitchen, I always tell you about. But there is the Spice Bar that is very nice, yeah. So today that's what I'm doing. I created the bar. Now this bar, if you pay attention, you will see the bar is based on two colors or two flags. You will see a little touch of Trinidad flag, but it's the Grenada and the Swedish flag. I created this crazy vibration, in Stockholm Nation. So you ever run through it, It's a short video, I call it a short. So, I'm first making, that's the Swedish flag, right? And you see the Grenada flag. So in that room down there, supposed to be a room where you call it a sleeping room. So I decided to make it in something different, turn it into a relaxation, vibration, creation. You know what I mean? So now, let me inform you people. I could do a couple things in my life, but I believe there's nothing I can do better than painting. So I call myself a top-notch painter. Not only a painter creator, but a creator painter. You love it, yeah? Oh God. Now, this table, I bought this table in a place where everybody will hear about a place called IKEA in Sweden. Now, but you see what I put on it there? The white, that's the base. Now, the paint I'm using here is very top quality paint, very expensive paint, the best paint, because when I do this, that have to, look good and last for a very long time, right? So, I painted the Grenada flag on it, You see, I put the base already, and then the red around, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, I will put the green. Yes, the green. Yeah. Now, this table is not an expensive table, but a good table. Okay, that table you could break it up. When I say break it up, flop it down, push it around, Yes. Now, I will leave that to dry, right? I put the yellow, I didn't say the green. It's the yellow I put. So the yellow and the red is there. So to come the green. Now down there, see, there's a cupboard. I had this cupboard there. Again, that's a cupboard I think I bought. I didn't make that cupboard. But I tell you, most of the things you're seeing right there now, what you're really watching, I make them. 95% of them, I make them. I told you the answer, do it yourself. So I want to paint on the side where you see I painted the Swedish flag. And on the door, I will paint the Grenada flag. And under there's a drawer, I will paint the Grenada flag. Bam! You see it look already? So the table is finished. Finito. Now I could have made that video a little longer. I will cut it in many parts of the things, and I will show you the main things, right? Just to make it, get the vibes, So what I'm doing down here, I'm just touching up that I'm covered, Just want to make it look good as it should. Now the bar, you see that what I have in my hand there? That's like a Grenada flag. So I'll put the Grenada flag on the top, that's the first shelf, and the Swedish flag below, that's the second shelf. Aside. Now, let me say something to you. Right? You might be watching me doing that, right? But that's an old video. When I say old video, that's not how everything is looking now. That is why in the ending of the video, I will show you more. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be the real final touch where it is like today, presently how it is. So I'm just bringing you through some of the older stuff that I did when I was creating that, bar. Yeah. You see, I got my hat there too. My hat, rat-a-tat, touch it, that, slap it up, that, yat, yat, rat-a-tat. Eyes green and gold. Skull! I'm in Stockholm. Now, this is another cupboard there again. See this cupboard? This is a white cupboard, fully white. Now, I will show you how I do everything, but that cupboard is recreated like a Grenada Swedish cupboard. And on the top is a Grenada color, and on the side is a Swedish color. Yeah, hear me, yeah. Now, I will not show you how I do that one there, the Swedish, on the side. Now, but you want to see everything coming down to the end. Now, I'm going to make 2 shelves for the bar. Like shelf to put glasses on top of them. A red one and a green one. As I said before, everything you're watching here, just watch it. But in the end, you will see something very different. The presently looking back. That's right. Now that's the shelf there. That's the 2 shelf. One, I put some. That's the red one there. And on the other side, the green one is on the other side. Yes, slide. Now, this is something I built for the TV. As I said to you before, I built everything myself. I love that, Mr. Do-It-Yourself. Now, this is this is something that is there that is not there anymore. When I say not there anymore, right? Yeah, this is about the show. You will see something there now, and later on, you don't see it. You know what I mean? Until I get it the way I want to have it. That's right. Yeah, man. Reconstruction and recreation. You know what I mean? That's our vibes, man. Yeah. And look what I'm doing. You see this? Now, here is the bar. Sometimes I could come down there and edit my videos, and that's why I build that there. See, I have a computer, I can push it back in, I can pull it out. Show them the test. Who is the best? Yeah, see? So I got a massive screen in front of me there and a computer, so I can sit down there sometimes and look at the other side. But most time, I love the kitchen. So the love kitchen is always moving operation aside. And you see what I put in below there? That's DVD. In Sweden, nobody uses DVD actually anymore. So these things is gone. Now, you see this here? This is some scrap wood. I decided to build a Swedish Grenada table. Well, not table, like kind of table shelf. You know what I mean? You see the blue? What the blue represent? Ice green and gold and blue. The Swedish flag is blue and yellow. Kiss the fellow. You know what I mean? Hello. That's right. So look at that. I told you I love. You could get scrap wood. Once you have the tools and you got to paint, you could make things look very fantastic. Now watch this. This is a table I had created before. If you notice the table, you see the Grenada flag, the Swedish flag, and the Trinidad flag. I didn't really want to have that anymore, so I just decided to create a different show and make it into a real Grenada table. I call it the boat table, the boat house table. It's able. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So after again, this is not even exist anymore. That table, it's gone. You know what I mean? But just watch along. Always gone. You know what I mean? See now, look what I do with the table, right? I have a light in front there, I have a light behind, and then you could make the table like that, and then I could turn it, turn it now. So the top could turn, a long way. That's the back, right? Right, that's the back. Yeah, man. Now I dump it off. Now, why is that the back? The back, it kind of coming to the end soon, right? So I decided to make an old school, something my grandfather used to make. I don't really make that very much anymore again. I don't actually drink that. But I look at Angostura bitters. No, I put a little sweet, what I call them condensed milk. But I don't really want to jam it with condensed milk. So I have, unsweetened, roasted, almond milk to blend it up with also, right? With Angostura bitters, a little, almond, vanilla essence too, Yeah. And that's really nice, eh? Yeah, man. Well, again, I make it in my own creative way, Because, and then, yeah, I put an egg to it, but I remove just the yellow of the egg. Just the yellow of the egg. So, and I beat it up. Now, I will make a rum punch too for the bar. But see this thing that I put on there? That's a Swedish Grenada thing I make. I call it the Swedish Grenada flag. But I do the rum. I'm in Stockholm town. So I'm making a rum punch. This rum punch is very delicious and creative, come from the improviser. I hate to get you wiser. Yeah, that's the bar. But I don't drink off long time. I tell you, that's an old video, you know what I mean? So the test. Of course I'm not alone, so I decide, tomorrow there's some, shacks coming over, the Ghanaian shack. So that's why I create everything, yeah. So it's coming soon, you're gonna see who coming upon. Who is coming to dinner? Ghanaian. Right, so yeah. So the thing I make the old school, the grandfather special, I used to make that every Sunday. Guinness and milk. You understand? So I make one of that. But check the bar, eh? I want to see how the bar looking because I told you already I did it in such a way, then I reconstruct it, I recreate it till I get it like the bar. Now, you see, the bar is light up here with lit lights and thing, right? That way, see, it's supposed to look like a real cozy kind of, Hollywood, Nollywood, Bollywood style, you know what I mean? So run down some photos, You're going to see the real thing at the final grenade. You see, that's how it looked from before, you know what I mean? Really cool, you know what I mean? See all the colors and things, you know what I mean? It look like real grenade. I love ya. So there's many things gonna change up, right? Now this, you see how that there? That's there, the one before. I have a pattern right there. So I will show you the real bar now. That is exactly how the bar look. The bar, improviser, the Love Kitchen and the Spice Bar, all from Grenada. My dear people, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's an old video, but I decided to recreate it and make it, give some vibes. So I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you get a little inspiration so you can create something one day. That's why I'm here. I love you all. I'm gone.